Howdy! How's all my friends in YouTube land today? Today we're going to be working on some envelopes, and some of you said that you didn't know, how to go about it. It seemed a little bit too difficult. Now I'm going to try to make this about as simple as we can make it. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a template. Now, a template is a pattern that you use so that you don't have to keep doing all the measuring over and over again for stuff. And we're going to use cardstock for this because we want the template to be pretty stiff. Now, the envelope's just going to be out of regular copy paper is how I generally do my envelopes. You can use about any kind of paper you want. If you got something fancy you want to send out, maybe you want to use like a parchment type paper, a little heavier grade of paper. You can use construction paper, whatever kind of paper you want to use for your envelopes. But I generally just use copy paper, for a regular little thank you note or something I'm going to send out. Now, the first thing you got to know is what size is your card in order to do this. And I made these cards up the other day, and I've showed them on a couple shows now, these little cards. And I'm going to move 3 of them off of here because all we need is 1 to do our measuring. Now, I already know off the bat that this card is 4 inches long and 4 inches wide. So we have the basic measurement there. Whatever size card you're using, you'll want to go by whatever measurements you got. But for all intents and purposes here for the tutorial, we're going to go with 4 by 4 inch measurement. This is a square card. Now, when you make an envelope, you need to know the size because you got to have a front to your envelope and you have to have a back to your envelope. You want the envelope to cover both front and back, and it's got to have a flap to come over. All right? So we know here that our card is 4 inches long, and so that's 4 inches on the front, 4 inches on the back. That is 8 inches, and then a flap to go over, and I make the flap about 2 inches long. It can be shorter than that because you don't need a whole lot of paper, just to fold it over and seal it up. But I'm going to make it 2 inches just for all intents and purposes. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 makes 10. So we know we need 10 inches here for the envelope. And now we got to go by the width. Well, we know it's 4 inches wide. And so we're going to go 4 inches wide. It's only got to be wide enough to cover, because let's just take a piece of paper here. See, just for all intents and purposes. So we know we got to have the 4 inches that's going to go here. Try to get it up here where you can see 4 inches from the bottom of the piece of paper to the top. Another 4 inches is going to go from there to there, and then pull it down a little bit so you can see another 2 inches up there to make the flap that goes over. But for the width, we just need the width of the card plus enough that we're going to fold over and to seal the sides up. So we're going to go 4 inches plus a little extra on the sides. And I like to leave just a scoosh more room in there to be able to slide the card in and out. You don't want the envelope so tight that it's, going to buckle the card up. So we're going to go 4 1/8 inch. And then we want enough to fold in. And so I'm going to leave an extra inch. That'd be a ½ inch on each side. All right. So 4 1/8 plus an inch would be 5 1/8. So we know we want 10 inches by 5 1/8 inches to start off making the template. All right. Now, we're going to take a measuring stick here. Get some of the dust there off of my table. Now, we're going to put the measuring stick down. Move some stuff here, make me enough room. And now my measuring stick here is a magnetic one, and I got a magnetic mat down here so it don't slide around on me. And then I'm going to get me a pencil. Now we know we want to go 10 inches one direction, so we're going to make a mark at the 10-inch mark right there. All right. And then I'm going to come down a little bit further so that we get another mark there to be able to line that up. Put it at the 10-inch mark. Now, I'm going to take my my straight edge across there and make a line right across there. Okay, then we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut right across there. And that'll be our length already cut out on it. And you cut yours to whatever size you need it to be for whatever cards you're going to make. I'll lay that piece off to the side so it's out of the way. Now, we said that we want the other direction to go 5 1/8 inches. So we'll make us a mark. Put our ruler down here. Get it nice and straight and even with the edge. Come in here at 5 1/8 and make a mark. Then we're going to come up a little further on it here. I got too much stuff here on the side of the table. There we go. 5 1/8 right there. Then we take the ruler and we come over here. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Second guessing myself. Measure twice, cut once. There we go. And make the line right down there. Now, we're going to take the scissors. And we're going to cut right along that line. And we got the first part of the template done. We got the length and the width. Okay, now we got to figure out where we're going to put our flaps. Because we want a flap at the top. And we've already decided that the flap at the top of it's going to be 2 inches. Well, I'm going to take that back. Because what I'm going to do with mine is I want 3 inches on the back of the envelope for the back. I don't want to go up 4 inches because I want to be able to reach in there and get that card out. Okay, so we're only going to fold up 3 inches. So let's make a mark here to know where we're going to put our score lines in. There we go, 3 inches. That's where the score line is going to go. Let's just put a mark across there like that. That's 3 inches. Now, we'll get my scoreboard up here. Lay it down on the scoreboard, 3 inches, and then I'm going to take my little scoring tool. You can use whatever kind of scoring tool you're going to use, and I put that right there on that 3-inch mark, and I score. You wouldn't really need to score your template because you're not actually making an envelope out of it, but I like to know where my lines are. All right. Then we know we're going to come in 4 inches from that because the front of the card, see this, the flap's going to go on the back. Front of the card is 4 inches. So we're going to put another score at the 4-inch mark right there. See? And now it's going to fold over. And that's the folding over part. Now, we know that we wanted 4 1/8 in the middle, and we wanted an extra inch, so that'd be a 1/2 inch on each side. So we're going to score this. Try to get it where you can see here. Scored it a 1/2 inch on the sides. And she's moving around. We'll try to hold her down there. 1/2 inch on that side, and then 1/2 inch on this side. Oops, getting off my mark a little bit. There we go. Now, we got to take out this little piece right in here and right in here, and a little piece down here on the bottom on each side, because our flaps are just going to be in the center section to fold in. All right, so we take the scissors. And right there at that score line, you're going to cut in there and cut down on this score line. the same thing on the other side. Cut that little piece out right there. And the same up here on this end. Like that. Now, you fold this side in and you'd fold this side in. Fold this up, and these two pieces would get glued together right here to flap to the back, and then this would be your fold down. And this part right in here, you put your adhesive to fold your envelopes shut. Now this is your template, and since this is a template that we're going to use over and over again, we're going to write on here envelope, template, (4" by 4" card, so we know what it fits. And that way you can have a whole big old envelope full of templates, all different sizes, or put them in a file folder, whatever you need to do with them. And that way you know what you got in your templates to fit cards when you make your cards. Now, in order to make the envelope, we're just going to take a regular piece of copy paper. It don't have to be nothing fancy unless you want it to be. And then we're just going to trace this. I think we all know how to trace. Just lay down a line all along the edges of this. Oops. Don't let it slide around. If it goes to sliding around on you, then you got a problem. Come around this side and trace this side of it. There we go. We traced it out on a piece of paper. Then, all you got to do is take your scissors and cut it out. Now, you want to get real fancy with them. You know, you can use fancy paper, and then you can put foil on the inside of it. You know, if you're sending invitations and stuff out, you can foil the inside of your envelopes. And you can do all kinds of neat stuff. You can stamp little sentiments and stuff on the inside of the flap. And you know, it's your envelope. You make it look however you want. You can decorate it. You can use magazine paper to make envelopes. I've done that before. Just pretty pictures out of magazines. And then you want to use a label on the front, you know, to put your address on there. Just get you a sticky label and print them off, or write on it, you know, whatever you need to do to get your address put on there that you're sending it to. Now, we got that cut out. Get the scraps out of the way here. Now, we know we wanted to fold the flap in on the side. Get up here where you can see it. Fold the flap. Fold the flap in on this side. And then we're going to fold the bottom up even with the bottoms of these flaps. Just like that. And then this will be the top flap to come down. So we're going to fold it just like that. Now, we want to tape it up to make our envelope. So I use double-sided tape on this. And I just put a little bead of tape on that side and a little bead of tape on this side. like that. Fold it up. Stick it right down there to that. Now, get our card and put our card in here. And it should fit right down in there like so. There's the flap. You seal your flap shut. After you got your card all filled out, this side you put your return address and the regular address, put a stamp on it, and it's ready to rock. But that's how slick it goes in there. And right there, got the card, slides in and out real good and easy. It's ready to rock. So that's how simple it is to do an envelope. If you like the video and you like what I'm showing you here on how we make the envelopes, leave a thumbs up, share this on your social media so everybody else gets to see how simple it is to do this. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you'd like to see the things in my Etsy store, the URL for that is in the description of this video for your convenience. And I do a live stream every Monday night at 8 p.m. with a live chat. And people wanting to sub channels and make friends, perfectly welcome. So hope y'all will join me next Monday. In the meantime, I put out a video every day trying to show you how to be creative. So with all that being said, I guess the last thing to say is Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda.